All right, I think I've given everybody enough time to get in. So I will start, and I do have good news for everyone. We scheduled this for an hour, but we've done a couple others today. As I mentioned, we've got quite a few attendees across the day. We did 4 different sessions, all the same topic, which was how to love your account holders in the digital age. And over 100 people showed interest in this. So congratulations if this caught your attention too. My name is Jim Wrigley. I'm with Deep Target, and I will tell you something interesting. I'm formerly with Q2. I was head of sales over there. It's been a few years now, but congratulations. You're on an excellent platform if you're currently using Q2. And I left Q2, and actually, if you want to know the whole story, I actually retired. And but I came across this company, which I think has a brilliant application. It does have a partnership on the Q2 platform, so it exists as a plugin. It can go in right away if you like what you see. And so that's kind of a little introduction for today. But it's called How to Love Your Account Holders in the Digital Age. And joining me today is Jacob Schaefer, who's going to give you a live demo of the system. I just want to take you through a few slides to kind of go over is what we're going to talk about. And basically, if you will grab a pencil and just write down what, if you're a bank or a credit union, what financial well-being opportunities you want to promote to your account holders using Q2. And if you'll write those down, the reason why I ask you to write those down is there is a way to do it rather simply. And I think you're going to see some things that are interesting that you might not know if you're joining this webinar. And that is something that helps you to love upon your account holders using the Q2 platform. So I will say that CEOs love it when you can accomplish this. And what this is, it's a cross-selling tool. Basically, it's a way to talk to your customers in a personalized way. I don't like the word cross-selling because the word selling is in there. What we really want to do is we really want to advocate for the products and services that you have at your bank or your credit union. And that's what cross-selling is. So it's not selling so much as it is helping people to be more successful. And to do that, it all starts with an understanding about the account holder's challenges and opportunities. And so the way you understand their challenges and their opportunities, there is actually information that exists right now in your core, in your data. And so I will tell you, if you are a digital banking executive, you are asked to be many things to many people, or all things to all people. But a way to really simplify what the platform should do is just ask the question, what do account holders actually want? And what we have found that they want is very simple. That is, they want to improve their own financial well-being. That's why they bank at your bank, because you have loans and deposit products that affect them. Or if you're at a credit union, you have great rates, whatever it is. The reason, what they're really there for is they want to improve their financial well-being. And so the question they're really asking is this: show me that you know me. And that comes from personalization, meaning we don't just run advertisements to them, we run advocations to them. Same thing, just a different word. And that comes from personalization, meaning you can find that when you leverage your data that you have on them in your core. So all you have to do is go look in your core and go over your data, and there's a lot of little insights that you can find out about them that will show them that you know who they are and what they are about. And a perfect example of showing me you know me is right here. On the left, there is a generic ad. There is a space on Q2 where you can run banner applications. You'll notice the shape of this ad is a little different, and Jacob will cover the shape of this ad when we get to his part in the live demo. But we do banner advertising and an interstitial, which takes over the page and delivers it in this shape. But what I want to point out right here about show me that you know me is on the left, there is an ad or an advocation for a home equity line of credit, typical, turn your vision into reality. But what would that ad mean to someone who isn't a mortgage holder? If you're a renter, should you get a home equity line of credit advertisement? And I would say that you probably shouldn't get that ad. That's wasting your time. That's using up mind share, that we could be doing something better with that space. The converse is what we do, and that is we do personal ads. And you can see in this ad, we've used the data. We've gone into the data at the bank or the credit union, and we found the first name of Jordan. And we know that Jordan is a mortgage holder. And then we've looked and see what kind of equity Jordan has. And so then we say borrow up to 80% of your current equity of $62,787. Very clearly, you can see there's a giant lift from the generic ad running ads, HELOC ads in this example, to renters, to talking to Jordan individually. And we can do that through the Q2 platform. And that's kind of the way that we help to love on your credit, on your account holders in this digital age. Here's another ad to show you that you know them. Again, if you look at your mobile application right now and say, are we running banner ads at all? The answer is probably yes, because Q2 does have a space to run banner ads. And Q2 even has a thing called Q2 Smart, where you can run some smart ads about using account holder information, transaction data. But what we do differently is instead of running, we have great rates on CDs. We go at Ann individually, and you can see that the data showed that Ann had a 2.4% CD that matures in March. And so then we can also say right on the banner that we've got you covered, and you can auto renew by clicking here for a 5.4% CD next month. So if you just look at these two ads, these are both using the same space on the Q2 platform, both online and mobile. One is being very particular with Ann because we know her name, we know she logged in, we know who she is. And if you use your data, we can know something about her so that we can deliver a personalized message. And this becomes very strong in terms of the actual results, which I will get to in a minute. But the idea of listening and understanding your customer and sending these personalized ads, it's called love. It is the reason why we did this session on Valentine's Day. And it's the reason why we call it How to Love Your Account Holders in the Digital Age. Because when you treat them personally, you're going to get a way different reaction out of them. And we have ways of showing you the actual performance from the ads in our system. So most Q2 users are not capitalizing on their digital real estate. I say that from a personal experience because I do know many of the Q2 users because I did work there for a while. And the question is, if it were easy to do, and it is easy to do, but the question is, why wouldn't we run personal ads instead of generic ads? And the answer is usually people are unaware of this plugin that we have, that Deep Target has with Q2. So that's why we're doing this webinar today, to kind of give you an update and awareness of what's available to you. This is how we do exactly what I'm talking about. And I'll just walk you right through this. It's a 3-step process. And there's 3 things that Deep Target does. The first one is over here. We engage them using data and artificial intelligence insights. And what I mean by that is we go in on a nightly basis. We set this up one time. It takes about a week to set up. So think days, not weeks, not months, but think a few hours in a 1-week period to get the data out of your core and into our command and control system, which Jacob is going to show you in a few minutes today. From there, we're able to use our algorithms to tell you what the next best product is for that individual account holder. And so that might be, for example, that, well, if it was HELOCs, we would eliminate all the renters. We wouldn't run those ads to people. It might be someone who has a high propensity to buy an auto loan because they didn't have an auto loan. It also means if you had a high yielding checking account, you wouldn't run that ad to everyone because some of the people already have the high yielding checking account. So by putting people into buckets, let's say you have 50,000 account holders, by putting them into various buckets of opportunities, we can then go to the Q2 platform, which is this step 2 right here, where we have a plugin and we can create multiple targeted campaigns. And by multiple, I mean, if you had 50,000 account holders, you literally could run 50,000 different messages every single day. Right now on the Q2 platform, even with Q2 Smart, the availability is only to run, I don't know the totals, but I think it's under 10. So the idea is we would never run 50,000 individual ones. When I say never, we could, but we probably wouldn't. But what we would do is we would take of your 50,000 account holders and identify the 16,251 people that were ripe for, say, an auto loan. And then we would deliver, this is the 4th step here, we would deliver a personalized offer using their name, just like we did with Ann, who had a CD that was expiring in March. Once we've done those 2 steps, now we're able to measure these campaigns, and that is common with digital screens, social media, etc. We've all heard about impressions and clicks, and indeed we count the impressions and we count the clicks. But because they've logged in and we know their name, we know who they are, we're able to take it one step further, and we're able to create reports that show an ROI on the advertising on a monthly basis. And so what we're able to do then is a screen that looks like this, is deliver what we call a growth grid, so that for the first time in marketing, digital marketing, you can close the loop, meaning you can say, okay, I had a monthly spend, what was my monthly return? And on this particular chart, I want to show you an actual customer, Q2 customer in January of 24. They ran ads and they got 21 people to take out a consumer loan based on those ads. What we then do is we divide by 12 the amount of money that that individual consumer loan creates so that we're able to get a monthly revenue total. And then we go 21 times that average monthly revenue, and that lands us over here. Sorry, get that out of the way. That lands us over here where we have $10,500 made in the 1 month from consumer loans. If you come over to this side, you can see that there are about 20 products and services that banks and credit unions can deliver. And these are all the different opportunities that we measure. In pink, you'll see 0. That means that this particular financial institution did not run a credit card ad in that particular month. So that's an area of opportunity. They did not run HELOCs. But they did do mortgages, which is interesting in January of 24, because mortgage rates are high. And that's actually, in my view, a pretty remarkable result that they targeted some people for mortgages and got 22 of them. What is known for sure, if you look at these totals, is 442 people took out products and services, and we know the names of those actual account holders that did it. So this is where we're able to show, or rather prove, that the advertising is working because we count the impressions, the clicks, and if they took the product out within 90 days of the last click, we put this on the report. If, however, they got a mortgage and they did not see the ad, that mortgage does not show up here. So there's plenty of people that may have walked into the branch and said, I want to get a mortgage. They get a mortgage. They never went online. They didn't see the ad. That would not be counted in these totals. I bring all this forward for the purpose of this. If you were to go and look at your Q2 bill to see how much your whole Q2 platform costs on a monthly basis, and then compare it to the revenue that you can generate from your Q2 platform, you would see that Deep Target's partnership with Q2 goes a long way towards paying for, in some cases, almost the entire platform. So having the Q2 platform, what you're learning here today, actually, it's a money maker if you use your data and you do targeted advertising. And that's the big takeaway from this slide that I want you to settle in on. From there, we take this monthly report, and now we can make it into an annual report or a quarterly report or whatever period of time that you would like. And all this is, it's a busy eye chart over on this side, but if you come over here, it's a $450 million institution, and they got 2,574 products specifically open as a result of seeing ads, clicking on ads, and then actually taking out the product or service that was being offered, resulting in $205,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Again, what we're trying to do is compare what you're spending on Q2 on a monthly basis to what you can bring in on a monthly basis. And for a $450 million asset-sized bank or credit union, you can see that's a pretty good result. The bigger you go, so here's a $2 billion asset-sized financial institution. They had 5,780 products for 541,000. And again, the bigger you get, the better you're going to do, obviously, because the more account holders you can talk to, the more cross-selling, or again, I like to change that word to advocating, the more you can personally advocate products and services on your online and mobile Q2 applications. So the big aha that you're seeing here in joining this webinar, and thank you for joining, is there is a money-making opportunity that you can reinvest back into your financial institution simply by running the proper advertisements, and in fact, less advertisements to the right people at the right time with the right product offering and solution. So with that, I want to turn it over to Jacob. Again, we're going to end a little, we blocked this for an hour, so but we've been running these today. About 125 people signed up across the day, and we've been running about 45 minutes. So Jacob's going to take 15 more, and then I'll come back with a close. And Jacob, if you want to take it from here, I'll stop the share. And I think I got to let you in, right?
Yes.
I just let you in, so you should be ready to go.
Awesome. And so that screen share should be loading. And so the first thing I want to take a look at here is how all of this works for the account holders. And so when we think about what Jim was saying earlier, we are a plugin solution, so we're fully integrated into the Q2 platform. What we're looking at here is the traditional dashboard. However, I know that Q2 is rolling out a composable, I can't the term, but they're rolling out a new type of dashboard that we integrate into as well. And so just kind of keep that in mind as we're looking at this stuff here. But what we are doing is we are powering those banner advertisements up here. And so you'll notice one thing right away when we look at those, and it is the rotation style that those are moving in. It is a 3D effect that we have trademarked, and we call it spinfluence. And so what we've heard from our clients and what we've seen across results is that it does create an increase in engagement for the clients who use it. It draws eyes from the account holders directly to the content, and it just increases the clicks as more people pay attention to that rotating content along the top. And so that does have an option to be turned on and off with the simple click of a button, and it is real time, so you can always turn it on and off whenever you would like. And so with all of that rotating content, what we can do is we can link the users to any website, an external website, your financial institution's website, and we can take it a step further with the linking. We can do what we call deep linking. And so with the deep linking, we are actually able to escort your account holders around the digital banking platform. So what that means is as you build in technology into your banking platform, if you want to send those users when they click on an image to one of the pages within digital banking, you could do that instead of sending them out to a website. This really helps streamline a lot of processes. It allows for your account holders to be more self-sufficient in the digital banking environment, which nowadays has essentially become a digital branch for a lot of users, right? They won't go into the physical branch if they can do everything online. And so with this deep linking feature, you can take those account holders and you can put them right into applications. You can push them into technology, the transfer page, whatever that communication or advocation may be promoting up there in that environment. And so that's a really cool feature that we have that a lot of our clients use to help streamline the process for all of those account holders. Another piece of technology that we use is called our 3D storyteller. And so we have that right here under promotions and offers. And so what this does is it launches us to another environment that uses that 3D rotation technology. And so right away, you may notice here that it's using a video. And so that's a very powerful feature. We call this a social media inspired tool, but we really use it for financial education. And so what we allow our clients to do is use these videos, and they've been using them, in some very creative ways. A lot of our clients are choosing to put the faces of the employees that work at the various branches of the financial institutions. And so whether you have a small business lender or a mortgage lender or any kind of employee that this individual account holder may work with because they go to one branch versus another. If you want to wish the account holder a happy birthday or a happy anniversary with the bank or credit union. And my personal favorite is we've had a lot of presidents really really start to like this tool. And what they've done is actually filmed a couple videos and they'll send that out to every new account holder who's joined within the last 30 days. And they're actually getting a personal welcome from the president of the bank or credit union. So it becomes a really powerful tool and a new way to communicate within your digital banking platform. And so what I also want to do is I want to pull up right here an example of the mobile environment. So just like, oh, looks like it's frozen there. Give me just 1 second to reset this. And so with the mobile platform, it's all going to behave the same. We're going to have a similar experience. So our user, Patrick, our account holder who's logged in here, he's going to come into the mobile environment. He's going to have his Spinfluence banner ads that are matching what he would see in online banking rotating along the top. And so all of the click actions would be similar, including the deep linking functions. So you could deep link those users inside of the mobile and online environment to different pages within the application. And we also have that 3D storyteller. And so what we can do is we can pull up the offers and promotions and we can see the videos and we can engage, and I can click or swipe my finger on this here and we can see all of that as it rotates. And so As I go back to the home there, that's kind of a little bit of the mobile and online experience using Deep Target as a plugin inside of Q2. So now I'm going to pause my screen share real quick because I got logged out of our back office. And so as I get logged back in here, we're going to transition over into the campaign management portion of our product. And so in this back office is going to be where you will manage and deploy all of the campaigns. And so I've now resumed my screen share, and you should be able to see a dashboard here. And so one thing I want to mention before we get too deep into the back office here is, and now Jim will talk a little bit more to this after, but we have account managers that work with all of our clients. And so those account managers can have a varying level of hands-on with the system for you. And so we do work with some clients where we run the entire system on their behalf. We work with some clients where it's a 50-50 split. And then we do have some clients who choose to run this back office system, train them up, and then they just do everything. So as you kind of watch me move through this back office, keep that in mind that you would have someone from Deep Target to help you with anything that I'm showing you here now. And so this is a live client of ours. We do, because we have that client manager, we have a great relationship with every one of our clients. And so they allow us to demo in their back office, and we just change the name to keep it anonymous. But these are real statistics and real campaigns that they're running in their Q2 digital banking platform. And so what we're seeing here is we're seeing live count of impressions and clicks as those come in from the account holders. We can also see how fresh the data is powering the system. And as Jim kind of talked about, we're going to automate that process as part of step one of the three things that we do. And so that comes in overnight. We also have some performance metrics that'll actually tell you how often it takes to get one click. So every 16 different people is clicking for this client. We can also tell you how many impressions it takes to generate one brand new account. So right now, every 79 different people who logs in and sees an ad is actually opening up a new account from engaging with that content. And the last one here is my favorite. It's the key revenue indicator. This relates back to the growth grid that Jim was showing you. And so this is a peer comparison indicator. And so what we're actually showing you here is across all of the Deep Target clients that use Deep Target inside of Q2 digital banking, how is your revenue generation compared to those that are a similar asset size? So you can see truly across your peers how you're standing up and driving revenue with a Deep Target. And so from this back office, it becomes very easy to add a new campaign at any time or even manage all of the existing campaigns. And so as I pull up a list of all of our campaigns, one thing Jim mentioned a little bit earlier in the presentation was that we could serve up 50,000 different messages if we wanted to. And so Deep Target truly does have the ability to serve up an unlimited number of campaigns. And so what that allows a lot of our clients to do is be hyper targeted in the content that they roll out. And so what we actually see here is this is one of my favorite things that a client is doing right now is they had a goal to drive meetings with their investment team. And so what they've actually done is they've set up a series of campaigns that target within a market and then further target within an age in that market. And so depending on whether you are saving for your grandchildren, saving for retirement, saving for your future family, or even just saving for your future, maybe that's school or anything like that, we will actually serve up a different message that has the individual picture of the investment team member who services that market. And as I scroll down here, you see the next set for the next set of markets. And it becomes really easy to do what we call design once, deploy everywhere. Because as you create these campaigns, we create singular images that we are deploying in online banking, mobile banking, non-targeted versions on your website, and even with what we call on the go, meaning that we can take whatever platform you're using today to send out email messaging. And if you use a platform to send out any SMS or text messaging, we can take these images, the banner ads, and place them into that content that you're sending out. And so because of that, you would get that personalization feature as well as the back end reporting that's telling you when a account holder gets that email and then opens up that account. And as I scroll through here, all of these green campaigns are active. So it really shows you how you can get hyper targeted, run multiple types of products. You can opt out any users that don't want to see marketing content, which is always a good feature to have. Now, because we serve up targeted advertisement or targeted avocations and personalized avocations, we don't often have anybody request to opt out. But as you manage all of these campaigns from this singular location, you can also see the inactive campaigns here as well, campaigns that were run in the past or some new campaigns that you may be designing to roll out in the future. And so from this location right here, I'm going to scroll back up because now that we've managed and we can see all these campaigns that are active, the next step takes us to the third thing that we do and where we really start to set ourselves apart, which is the reporting. So we can take all of these campaigns and what we can do is we can run what we call a campaign category analytics report. And so in this report, we are going to show engagement. And so we will check impressions and clicks in this version of the report. And what we're doing is we're boiling it down to a unique level. We believe this allows you to truly see the one-to-one ratio of the entire engagement cycle, meaning that if you have an account holder, Patrick, who qualifies for the mortgage ad, we know that Patrick qualifies for it. We then know that Patrick saw it at least once. He clicked on it at least once. And then we take it the step further and we tell you Patrick opened up the account after he engaged with it or not. And the way that we do that is we key off the account open date from that data coming in. So we can tell you that Patrick clicked on the mortgage ad on, January 15th, and then next month on, February 14th, he was approved for a mortgage loan. So that process is how we are drawing and connecting the dots there on those influence sales. And so inside this report, we can figure out every single one of the individuals that adds up to these numbers. We can download them at any time and we can customize the downloadable report to include fields. So we can see that account holder 123, who is Patrick and is 48 years old and goes to branch 1, did click on the mortgage ad and did view the mortgage ad. And so that's the kind of information that you can pull from this specific report right here. And so what a lot of our clients will actually do is they'll take this list of clicks and in two kind of automated fashions, we have a scheduler feature where you can set it up so that it delivers those clicks or those leads on a frequency to anyone at the financial institution. So that could be daily, weekly, monthly, but you can set up that steady stream in an automated email and have all of that information emailed directly to someone at the bank or credit. What we also have is an open data API, so you can take out all of these clicks and impressions, and you can even take out the influence sales and closed accounts numbers. And you can take that data, and a lot of our clients who do use the open data API will put that into an internal dashboard or another BI system, or even with those leads and clicks, they'll take that and they'll automate them right into a CRM, such as something like Salesforce. And so I'm going to go ahead and transition from our campaign category analytics report into the influenced sales and conversions report here. And so this is going to be a further breakdown of the numbers that appear in that growth grid Jim was showing. So if we want to know who are all the individuals that made up those opened accounts, we can take a look at a specific date range. In this case, we're looking at a 3-month period for this client. And in 3 months, they opened up 885 new accounts across all account types at their financial institution. And so all of those 885 tie back directly to engagement. And so each one of those people engaged with one of the contents inside of the Q2 digital banking platform. We can get specific within categories. And so, for example, maybe we have a commercial campaign that we've been running and we want to know, do we have and I accidentally select deposit instead of loan there. And if we wanted to say, how did our construction loan perform versus, or we're looking at a construction loan, or we're looking at a small business loan, or we're looking at a specific product that we're offering within that category, we can get down to an individual product. We can get specific with an individual campaign. And so from the retail side, as an example, maybe we're looking at a personal loan, and it would be different if we're doing a debt consolidation loan versus a line of credit, right? And so we can distinguish between all of that inside of our system. And just like with the other report, we can customize this information so that when we download it to find out who all 885 of those people are, it will tell us that Patrick, age 48, goes to branch one, clicked on the mortgage campaign this many times. He then opened up a 15-year mortgage for $300,000. And so I just made all those numbers up, but you kind of get the idea of what that would show you. And so for this client, if I were to download their data, it would have all of the information about their account holders who opened up accounts in the last 3 months. The very last thing I want to talk about today also relates to the growth grids. And so we give the financial institution full control over the estimated revenue values. So here we can see average revenue values. And so if I come into this screen right here, I can do a couple different things. If you don't know your average revenue values, we do have some default values that we've generated from industry research and talking to some of our clients and asking them specifically what do they make on some of these products. And so we start there, but we allow each financial institution to edit these values to whatever they may choose. So whether you want to come in here and edit it in a certain fashion to increase, decrease, or change any of these numbers, we completely understand things like market, interest rates, and other things that will affect the estimated income or revenue for each financial institution. So this is a real-time chart, and meaning that if I come in here and I adjust these values and I click on save, I can immediately go back to my reporting and generate a new growth grid in my management report right away. So as those numbers change, you have complete control over what those estimated revenue values are being used as in that report. And so on that note, I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to Jim.
Thank you, sir. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so just watching the time here, we're in good shape. And I just want to tell you a couple further things. And by the way, webinars are interesting because you don't get to talk from your end as an audience member, but we do have a Q&A that you can put into the chat. So please type your questions as we go. A couple other things to tell you, and we will let you out a little early today, which is great. So another couple, 5 or 6 slides to tell you about, and then we're on our way. And we can take questions before being on our way. But I do want to say, if this is interesting to you, the first step is to get the data. And so when we say we have rapid implementation, we can have you up and running in a week because of the fact that we do have a pre-existing plug into the Q2 platform. So all we need to do is to get your data and then run the analysis on your data to start to be able to target the accounts that have that high propensity to buy these various products and services that we've been talking about. So we help to prepare the plane for you. Think about that this is an easy project, not a hard project. And think about the fact that you probably need, once up and going, no more than 1 hour a month to manage this, to get those growth grids and get those results that we were talking about earlier today. Also, Jacob does a nice job of presenting the command and control system for the reason that he is one of our co-pilots. That's a term that we use over here. We do this as a managed service. So if you are a smaller financial institution and don't have the resources to do marketing or targeting or advertising or all these kinds of things, we completely do this turnkey, meaning we provide a co-pilot. What does a co-pilot do? Well, a co-pilot can fly the entire plane for you. He knows how to run that dashboard that you see on the left and that Jacob just showed you. He also has experience with other financial institutions. So if you simply said out loud, man, we really need more deposits in here, what do we do? That is literally where it could end if you were a customer of Deep Target, because we could pick it up from there and go, here's what you can do. Here's what the content looks like. Here's what, now again, rates belong to you, but here's how we promote the rates that you have. And here's the various things that we can do that have been successful at other financial institutions. We can then put it up there, post it, run it, start it, stop it. Everything that you need to do, we can do for you. However, if you are the type of organization that has your own lists already and you have been doing some targeting, we can use those existing lists too, and we can teach you how to fly the plane. And we can also be there while you fly the plane to coach you along the way so that the plane never crashes. So the idea is that at every level, we're there for you on a managed service basis. So if this is appealing to you, but you don't have the bodies, you will be gaining a digital marketing strategist, sort of specialist, if you will, for far less than the cost of a full-time equivalent. So if you are resource constrained, I would tell you that this is a very interesting thing for a lot of those kinds of financial institutions. We introduced it last year, as a matter of fact, and we have over 30 that signed up last year. So what we do is called growth as a service, or GRAS. We are able to guarantee it because of the fact that we fly the plane. We know that we can fly the plane successfully. And I wanted to bring this to your attention. Every deal that we do comes with a risk-free money-back guarantee, which means you can exit out of it for any reason or no reason at all. So if this is appealing to you, but you don't want to go to your boss and say, hey, I've got a new idea, and take what I'll call a social risk if it doesn't work, there is no risk to that, because we believe so severely that we will be successful that we're able to put our money where our mouth is. All you have to do to get this guarantee is to run ads, because if you run ads that are targeted, we know from those growth grids that you will make money. And to date, I can tell you that no one has asked for their money back. So that's been kind of an interesting thing. We do work with a number of different platforms, Q2 being one of them, with over 200 financial institutions around the country. Spoke to one yesterday who was under 40 million. 40 million is our current smallest credit union that we have. And we have a meeting coincidentally tomorrow with a bank, and that bank is 27 billion in assets. So loving on your customers by personalizing the message works at all levels of banking. And so that's just two examples of wherever your asset size falls, we probably know how to work with you. So I will say again, and I had this slide up once before, that CEOs are very, very favorable on this. When we get a meeting with a CEO individually, and in fact, we have a very high rate of yes when the CEO sees what we're doing, because they like the idea of using data to target. They like the idea of less advertising going out to their customers, and they like the idea of showing the customers that they know them. So it does all start with that understanding about the account holders' challenges and opportunities. And that's where I would say that everyone today, and not just on this particular webinar, but we've done it 4 times today, everyone today has been really excited about the data exists in your core that will lead you to who should be targeted. And that's one of the strongest reasons why people choose to get involved with us. A couple other things, just wrapping up, and I'm going a little quickly here so we can give you back some time. But we did promise you a free report when we sent you the email to get you to attend. This is what that free report looks like. It shows your deposit growth versus your peers. And we use these reports when we kick off new customers, because we know a lot of banks and credit unions are looking to drive deposit growth. And so we look at what opportunities you have and then create some campaigns so that we can target deposit growth to help you grow. You don't have to join us to get this report. This report that we use can be provided for free, hopefully, in our view, as an impetus to get with us to say, you know what, we could use some help from Deep Target, and we would like to do some targeting. And coincidentally, we can also do loan growth. So this report will come to you as a thank you for attending today. And it's a valuable report. It's not just a giveaway. It costs us some money to create it and some time and energy, but we want you to have it. So if you're interested, I remember this initial slide, in promoting something to your account holders, something specific, you now know that we have a way to do this. I would grab your phone and take a picture of my email there, or in my phone number. You can call me directly. I did get a lot of email and phone calls today after doing this presentation. And when you call, do remind me that you attended this session, because we do have a discount for those that attend if they get started in the near term. So we can discuss that individually when we get ready to go. So the last thing, to get those reports, it's really easy, even easier than calling me. Just scan in this QR code. It will take you right to a place where you can log in, put your information, and we will create those reports and give you some ideas of what we think we can promote for you on the Q2 platform. And with that, oh, I did have one other slide, and that was to say, the only question is why wouldn't you do it? And we do think that we've covered all of these during the presentation. If you're too busy, we have the people to help you. If it's not in the budget, it does typically pay for itself as a self-funding new application, new technology. Data security issues and access to data we get through very easily. And again, we put the guarantee in as a resource for the as a resource I lost my train of thought. Oh, we put the guarantee in there so that you can have a comfort level to go ahead and get started. So now I just want to end with some questions. I'm looking, Jacob, for where the Q&A is. I'm not able to pull that up for some reason. Are you able to see the Q&A, Jacob, if anyone's put a question in
Yes.
the chat?
Yep. I'm not seeing any questions in there. We did have one earlier that I answered in the chat as they asked it if there was recording that would be made available. And the answer to that for everyone else is yes, there will be a recording available for all the attendees and all of those who signed up but couldn't make it as well.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, with that, I will say thank you for attending. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I wore my pink shirt on purpose, and it's a nice day to celebrate the ones we love. And we will free you up to go on with your day. But thanks for your interest. And I hope we've sparked some curiosity. If so, please do get with us. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.